Ripped through the countryside of southern Quebec on Monday night. Our Braden Jagger-Haynes shows us the damage.
Just enough time to run for cover. Homeowners caught in the path of destruction are counting their blessings and assessing the damage after a tornado touched down in southern Quebec.
Grabbed my dog and we jumped down into the basement, and by the time we hit the basement floor, got up and it was all done.
In under a minute, the roof of his home was torn off. Dozens of century-old trees snapped, and his barn completely flattened to the ground. The intensity of the tornado has left residents of this country hamlet just an hour outside of Montreal in complete shock. Captured on camera, several funnel clouds could be seen forming and tearing through fields late Monday afternoon. Some 5 homes and farming properties were damaged, with debris scattered hundreds of feet away. Despite the storm's significant wreckage, no injuries were reported, according to officials, who said ample warnings were given for people to prepare. Environment Canada says teams will be on site to investigate the unusual rare weather event. On average, the province reports 7 tornadoes a year. Homeowners say they hope to rebuild stronger structures now that they know what can happen.
It's not about the stuff. You know, we're just thankful that everyone is alive and well. We can rebuild.
Yeah. With multiple ferocious weather events already recorded this spring, forecasters say the worst may be yet to come, as tornado season for Quebec usually kicks off in July, lasting until the end of August. Braden Jagger-Haynes, Global News, Rigaud.
It is a much different setup today versus yesterday, especially in eastern Ontario, southern Quebec, where we did have those strong to severe storms and that apparent tornado. So as far as our weather, it is cooler. There is not nearly as much instability, and the showers that have developed are just that, scattered showers. There may be some lightning strikes within the next couple of hours, but overall, it's not a huge situation unfolding. And then after today, the rain is done for several days. There is the threat of frost, but it's back up in western parts of Quebec. Here's a look at our radar activity. It is showing these light showers. The yellow is some of the heavier activity, and that is back in southwestern Ontario. 18 degrees currently at Pearson Airport, also at the airport in Peterborough. We're at 17 in Ottawa and Kingston, 19 in Montreal. There are some sunny breaks, but they are few and far between, and those winds now coming in from the west at about 20 to 35 kilometers per hour. We'll get some gusts later today, over 40. So here's a look at your afternoon temperatures. Yes, it is below seasonal. Even though tomorrow is back to sunshine, it'll still be on the cool side, but the trend is our friend if you like a warm, even hot type conditions, because we do have that heading into the month of June. We'll be back with that forecast still ahead.
A Canada-wide warrant.
Aftermath of deadly storms and tornadoes that left a trail of destruction and more than 20 people dead over the weekend. But as Maggie Vespa reports, more severe weather is in the forecast for the southern United States.
You might be able to hear it. The cleanup is underway here in Kentucky, with millions of Americans across the country, sadly, again, waking up to jaw-dropping damage like this. This house is completely torn apart, and family tell us, believe it or not, a couple in their 90s rode out a tornado sitting on that bed after they couldn't make it down to their basement in time. Family also tells us that couple is okay, having survived this latest round of violent spring weather. Nationwide, over the Memorial Day weekend, we saw now, by our count, more than 70 reported tornadoes across close to 15 states. Nationwide, the death toll now at least 24 people killed, 5 here in Kentucky alone. And that's according to the state's governor, who said one reported twister was on the ground for, they believe, close to 40 miles at one point. We also saw severe damage in other states across the plains, like Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. The White House confirming overnight President Biden has already promised federal aid to the governors of those states. And of course, we know this has been an exceptionally violent spring, and this morning the numbers really highlight that. Year to date, we've had now more than 1,000 reported tornadoes. across the country, making 2024 the second busiest start to a year for tornadoes ever recorded. Maggie Vespa, NBC News, Dawson Springs, Kentucky.
Authorities fear a second landslide and a disease outbreak.
More clouds than anything else today, along with those light showers. We had heavy rain yesterday in so many areas, anywhere from 15 to 35, even 40 millimeters. So it would be nice to dry out, and that is what we're expecting, but there is still that risk of showers. Most of it is avoiding Toronto so far. Wind switching to the northwest at 15 to 20 kilometers per hour, and then becoming lighter overnight tonight. As it does cool down, we're going to see the sky clear and that temperature drop to about 11 degrees right before sunrise tomorrow morning. It's 17 right now in Quebec City, 24 and sunny in New York City, 10 in Winnipeg, 17 Saskatoon, and raining at 12 degrees in Vancouver. There is still some showers. This is the back side of that system that moved up through Quebec. There's the front that brought the strong to severe storms, even a reported tornado. So all of that now moving through the Maritimes. We just have this to get through, and then we're going to see an area of high pressure that should set up shop for several days. So let's see how it unfolds on our Futurecast model. The heaviest showers right now are in the vicinity of London. That's also keeping the temperature down. We have some rain occurring in the Ottawa Valley, parts of the Laurentians in Quebec. And as we put this all in motion, the last of the rain should dissipate by later tonight. And then for tomorrow, it does clear out as the day progresses, and Thursday looks like a beautiful sunny day, but with a northerly flow of air, it's going to take a while till it warms back up. Another couple millimeters of rain today, and 19 for Thursday, 23 for Friday. The trend keeps getting milder. The weekend, the first weekend of June, looks great, and then early next week, we are above seasonal with highs of 26 on Monday and Tuesday when rain does make its way back in. Also looking dry and increasingly mild this weekend in Montreal. We have a shot at hitting 30 by early next week with here too rain expected, but not until next Tuesday. So a fantastic looking forecast as we go through the last few days of May.
Thanks so much, Anthony, and thank you at home for tuning into Global News at Noon. Have a great day.
Through the region today, let's find out what comes next in Bill's first look at the local forecast. And Bill, some drier days ahead?
Oh yes, it's going to dry right up. A nice sunny stretch ahead of us. Getting a bit of a drizzle right now, a very gentle drizzle. It's quite nice actually. This will drop to about 40% probability through the overnight hours, and by morning end completely. We're going to see some clearing through the morning to a mainly sunny day and nearly 20 for a high in Kingston. You want to bet north of the 401 it will exceed that. And we're looking at even warmer temperatures as high pressure moves in and keeps it clear for several days. That mercury is going to climb. You want to bet the humidity will too. We'll have forecast details for you in just a few minutes.
First brought to you by Aubin Windows and Doors. For premium products, award-winning service, and professional installations, visit aubin.com.
Is brought to you by your locally owned Midas in Belleville, Brockville, and Kingston. With the industry's best warranties and over 1,000 five-star reviews, come and experience the Midas difference.
Yes, quite a bit of wet weather today, but we're going to put that behind us. Things are really improving quickly already, seeing it taper down to a drizzle. That probability of precipitation will end completely. We're going to see some clearing in the early morning, and then look out. A sunny and warm stretch. It's beautiful conditions. It's going to last for quite a while. Well, unless Mother Nature throws us a curveball and a low pressure pops in out of nowhere. But at this point, with all variables that are present and active now, we don't see anything happening. We've got not one, not two, but three highs that are keeping things clear, or will keep things clear for the next week. And we'll get to that full forecast in just a second. 20 degrees in Kingston for a high today. The The seasonal norm is a 21, so I would call this seasonal. 19 in Brockville, Smiths Falls, and Ottawa. The same for Belleville, 18 in Peterborough, 20 in Oshawa, and Toronto both. So yeah, not a bad day out there. It was a little on the wet side, but temperature-wise, things are good. Sitting at 15 now. Those west winds at about 7 kilometers per hour, so they're not moving very hard at all. And it's just a light little rain, shower or drizzle currently. That is going to diminish to a very small probability through the evening hours, and eventually just stop completely in the wee hours of the morning. 22 millimeters of rain. Now, those numbers taken earlier this afternoon, and we had another big downpour late this afternoon. So I wouldn't be surprised, and we'll get those full numbers for you tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if we exceeded 30 millimeters just today. And of course, we had a considerable amount yesterday, too. I think we were in the 20-some-odd millimeters for yesterday as well. So, yeah, this double low that moved through really brought a whole lot of rain to the region. And I noticed my lawn getting a little brown along the fringes. So it was probably a good thing that we got some rain. Look out for the nice sunny stretch now, because we see high pressure building right in behind this low pressure as it moves through. Any troughing through tomorrow will be minimal. You're going to see maybe a couple clouds like through the morning maybe, and then look at this 1, 2, 3 areas of high pressure just whoosh, moving in, and they're going to dig in like a tick on a dog's back, and they're not going to let up. We're going to have great conditions for like a week. Like I said earlier, if you book this week off, wow, did you ever plan that one well? So there's the last of that shower and drizzle moving out of the way. The cloud cover will take a while, yes. In the morning, just after sunrise, we will see that cloud pull out completely, and then look out for a really nice, how do you like me now? A little pat on the back for Bill Hall. What do you think? Very nice conditions for the next week or so. High of 21 tomorrow and mainly sunny Belleville, a high 22 and sunny for Thursday. Friday up to 23 degrees and a mix of sun and cloud. And in Brockville, you'll hit 19 tomorrow, mainly sunny. Keep in mind, it's a high UV index, burning within 15 to 20 minutes if you don't cover up or get a good SPF. Thursday, sunny and a high 21. Friday, up to 23 degrees and a mix of sun and cloud. Notice how they're gradually climbing, those temperatures. Smiths Falls up to 18 tomorrow, mainly sunny. For Thursday, sunny and a high 20 and up to 23 on Friday with a mix of sun and cloud in Smiths Falls. Kingston, your forecast, will hit 19 degrees tomorrow, probably a little warmer north of the 401 and mainly sunny conditions. Thursday, mainly sunny again, up to 20, 22 on Friday with a mix of sun and cloud. Saturday brings you a mix of sun and cloud and up to 22, up to 24 on Sunday with a mix of sun and cloud, and we managed to peak at about 25 Celsius over Monday and Tuesday of next week and a mix of sun and cloud. No showers in sight. Now your weather wallpaper.
Weather Wallpaper is brought to you by Christine Geary's Maple Leaf Tours Travel Cruise. Visit mapleleaftours.com to get into the picture.
Thanks to Sheila Barber for a couple photos today. This is on the Bay of Quinte. Lots going on in this photo. Of course, we have Mama Swan and her little cygnets in the foreground. In the background, we've got some traffic on that dock or turtle landing. And here's a nice little close-up of the cygnets. Thank you, Sheila, for sharing. If you've got pictures to share, send them to us at submissions@ckwstv.com.
Well, lots of wildlife in that one picture there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
right. Traffic jam on the ramp there, with the turtles fighting for sun, as I'm sure some humans will be over the next 7 days. Bill.
Well, there's
Lovely
lots
forecast.
to share, so don't fight for it because we've got plenty of days in a row of sunny skies. So.
Okay. Well, we'll see if we can keep that going in the 10-day outlook a little bit later. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Paul. Well, we're about to start a lengthy dry spell in Bill's 10-day outlook, Bill.
And warming up, too. Those temperatures are going to climb. You want to bet the humidity will, too, as we roll into next week. Only up to 19 tomorrow, but still, the 21 is a seasonal norm, so not bad at all. Mainly sunny conditions. Might take a few hours in the mornings to get there, but we will have some mainly sunny conditions. That continues on Thursday with a high of 20, up to 22. Friday and Saturday with a mix of sun and cloud. More of the same over Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday of next week, we see the chance of showers returning, and that is the case for Friday as well, as we start to see those temperatures slipping a little. Cloud cover and showers, that's to be expected. So, yeah, very nice conditions for the next week.
And we should point out, too, Bill, that starting next week, you're going to be taking your show, your act, on the road, but not very far, right?
Yes, we will be going to Crawford Wharf for Kingston the Island cruises. Every Wednesday we'll be doing our weather for the 6 o'clock news right there.
And we've been doing that for a few years now, or you've been doing that for a few years, right?
Yes, it's it's slowly becoming a tradition now, and we really lucked out last year with the weather always being good on that Wednesday. So I've got my fingers crossed, hoping that it will be the same. So starting June 5th, down on Crawford Wharf with the weather.
And I know the boat lines have their fingers crossed too that they will get 2 of their trapped boats out of the inner harbor, based on what we're hearing, if they're going to be demolishing the lift bridge in the next couple of weeks. So
yes, and I think they've modified the boats too, so they'll fit underneath.
One of them has done that already and has escaped, and the other 2 I'm sure will be following soon. But yeah, so you'll be on location on every Wednesday, right, through the summer.
That's correct.
We'll look for that starting a week from tomorrow, and we'll be right back.
Your long-range weather
seems to have escaped the brunt of Monday's turbulent weather. Many residents of southern Quebec are still coming to terms with what they saw. A tornado ripped through the countryside near the Ontario border last night, leaving multiple homes and properties damaged in its wake, but no reports of injuries. Braden Jagger-Haynes has the latest from the scene.
Just enough time to run for cover. Homeowners caught in the path of destruction are counting their blessings and assessing the damage after a tornado touched down in southern Quebec.
I grabbed my dog and we jumped down into the basement, and by the time we hit the basement floor, got up and it was all done.
In under a minute, the roof of his home was torn off. Dozens of century-old trees snapped, and his barn completely flattened to the ground. The intensity of the tornado has left residents of this country hamlet just an hour outside of Montreal in complete shock. Captured on camera, several funnel clouds could be seen forming and tearing through fields late Monday afternoon. Some 5 homes and farming properties were damaged, with debris scattered hundreds of feet away. Despite the storm's significant wreckage, no injuries were reported, according to officials, who said ample warnings were given for people to prepare. Environment Canada says teams will be on site to investigate the unusual rare weather event. On average, the province reports 7 tornadoes a year. Homeowners say they hope to rebuild stronger structures now that they know what can happen.
It's not about the stuff. You know, we're just thankful that everyone is alive and well. We can rebuild.
With multiple ferocious weather events already recorded this spring, forecasters say the worst may be yet to come, as tornado season for Quebec usually kicks off in July, lasting until the end of August. Braden Jagger-Haynes, Global News, Rigaud.
History has been made in the Ontario legislature.
Locally owned Midas of Eastern Ontario, with lifetime guarantees on brakes, suspension, exhaust, and now on tires. Come and experience the Midas difference.
Putting those showers behind us and a nice sunny warm stretch ahead. We'll have the details with your forecast in a second. Highs across the region within the seasonal range, 19 or 20 in the Belleville-Kingston area, 19 in Brockville, Smiths Falls, and Ottawa as well, 18 in Peterborough, 19 in Oshawa, and a 20 in Toronto. 21 is the seasonal norm for a daytime high in Kingston, so I would call that seasonal what we're getting now. Down to 11 degrees tonight. Those northwest winds barely moving at 10K. The occasional gust up to 20 kilometers per hour. And there's still a 40% chance of showers through the overnight, but by morning it ends. We'll see some clearing in the morning, and look out, we've got a beautiful, mainly sunny day on tap. We'll hit 19, and if you like that, wait, because high pressure is building and those temperatures are going to climb. We've got a long sunny stretch ahead. We'll have the details for you in just a moment.
Hi.
You're watching CKWS News at 11.
If you booked the next week off, you certainly lucked out. We've got fantastic weather conditions for you. Just taking a few hours to get that last chance of showers out of the way tonight. In the morning, high pressure rolling in, clearing it up nicely. By noon, it'll be mostly sunny conditions, and it's going to stay that way for a while. This high pressure isn't going to allow that active weather in the west to come our way. We've got 3 highs working to do so. A nice long sunny stretch, and those temperatures temperatures are going to continue to climb. Up to 21 tomorrow in the Belleville area. Mainly sunny conditions, a high UV index. For Thursday, sunny and a high 22. You're up to 23 on Friday and a mix of sun and cloud. Brockville, you'll be up to 19 Celsius tomorrow with mainly sunny conditions. Thursday, sunny with a high 21, up to 23 on Friday and a mix of sun and cloud. And Smiths Falls hitting 18 degrees tomorrow and mainly sunny conditions. Pure sunshine Thursday and a high of 20. You rise to 23 Celsius on Friday with a mix of sun and cloud. Kingston, your forecast, up to 19 degrees tomorrow and mainly sunny conditions. Mainly sunny again on Thursday with a high of 20. You rise to 22 on Friday with a mix of sun and cloud. More of the same Saturday with a high of 22. Those temperatures getting a little warmer over Sunday with a high 24. A mix of sun and cloud as high as 25 over Monday and Tuesday